Welcome back to Music News TV. This is Tim Hunter. Today's music news: Puff Daddy found himself waking up this morning to a lawsuit. It's a lawsuit from his chef, his former chef at least, back in like 2015. A lady named Cindy Ruda used to work for him as a personal chef. Well, apparently she did a lot more than just make some good food for Puff Daddy. She's actually suing him for sexual harassment as well as like retaliation or something like that. Basically, this is the story. This lady was basically hired to be his personal chef, of course, and she's kind of upset. Another thing she's suing for is actually overtime, non-payment of overtime. Now, she claims that her hours were like from 9 a.m. and then she would go all the way to midnight. Well, it's actually pretty standard that anybody actually work for Puff is known to work long hours and without like extra pay, but the incentives that come along with that can be beneficial to your personal life in many other ways, or your professional life rather. Well, this is where it get a little tricky at. Apparently, she had sexual relations with Puff Daddy. I don't know how long ago I have because we don't even know how long she's worked for him. But apparently, it must have been going on for some time because one of her major complaints is that immediately after sex, that she would basically have to go and make food for him. Another time she's actually complaining about is that the fact that Puff Daddy asked her if she liked his naked body. So that's one of the things she actually literally put in the lawsuit. Now, this is the way it get a little tricky at. Apparently that while she was in the kitchen cooking, one of Puff Daddy's friends or what have you, came in the kitchen naked and asked if he liked her private parts. If she liked his private parts or what have you. So why is someone running around Puff Daddy's house naked? I don't know. Now this is another thing that she also says in the lawsuit is that immediately after sex with Puffy, that she would have to immediately serve his friends food, things of this nature. So apparently there's a lot of freaky stuff going on in Puff Daddy's household there. So I don't know how Cassie's gonna feel about this, but money talks. So at the end of the day, so he's Puff Daddy. So I don't think Cassie gonna really go too far. But nonetheless, I mean, these allegations are taken pretty serious there to the point in which she actually filed a lawsuit. Now, this is the culmination of her lawsuit. She claims that she was basically fired for stealing a watch. Her side of the story is that, like most of the people who worked in the household, other servants or what have you, they were allowed to salvage things that was thrown away. And this is actually pretty popular amongst, homes of prosperity there who have people working in them. For example, they may want to, get new furniture, so they throw out the old furniture, and whoever works there, whoever wanted, they could just take it home or whatever, or different clothes and things of that nature. Well, apparently, one of the management staff in the household there offered her a watch that was actually in the trash. So apparently she retrieved this watch or what have you, and a couple of days later, she was just accused of stealing the watch. Now, this can go either or, because like I said, I mean, this is pretty common amongst the wealthy, to just offer out things that, they no longer value, what have you. But it's pretty valuable still, nonetheless, in the average marketplace. So people can take it home and make use of it, or actually do what have you, whatever. Now, also, another thing you have to consider is this. For a long time, people who work for other people as service or domestics or what have you, they actually got a reputation for stealing, and these are people with abundance, so a lot of times it goes unnoticed until later on down the line. Now, you got to keep in mind, this Puff Daddy, so chances are this is a pretty expensive watch. Whether he threw out a watch, that just don't sound right to me personally. And for this type of allegation to kind of come about, I don't know, for her to kind of say something like sexual harassment, when obviously they kind of had their own little agreement there, because if that was the case, I'm pretty much sure this lawsuit would have happened long ago when she first started, because if she's complaining about overtime wages and how things happen on a day-to-day basis, meaning that she was there for a pretty lengthy time there. So this is something that remains to be seen there. Puff Daddy haven't really responded. His legal team hasn't responded yet, and we don't know the amount that she's actually suing for, at least not yet. So until then, we'll definitely keep you posted on things. But in the meanwhile, we have to wait and see how this all plays out. That's it for Music News today. Check us out at musicnewstv.com for more music news. You can also subscribe for quicker information.